This is more or less a coalition of or coalescence of something that for many years we thought that um, um, is coming, but probably the horizon look a bit far or remote. As we speak, I mean, from the first speaker till now, Pastor Sam gave us a good introduction about it. Years ago, we discussed this possibility, and the reality that we face today in our society is that um, the news is tightening on churches, and the sooner we realize that we need to cleanse our own house, our stable, the better for the reality of our offering, of our takers as ministers of the gospel. And also, you can hear what our dearly beloved sister Shika said, the reality. And Brother Licky also said it too, that whether you like it or not, the questions. I attended some courses on taxation not too long ago, and exactly what Brother Oedele is talking about is, in fact, it was a debate in that class that should pastors not be taxed, because the possibilities, and many churches don't understand that invariably we expose ourselves without even understanding what we're doing. So today, I just want to quickly talk to the issue that it's about time that we as churches will start understanding that we can't hide for too long. We can't hide from the reality of governance meeting us and we doing the right thing. So I want to ask just two questions that is very important for you to know. And I hope that they can give me the slides. This is 10 important questions for every Christian faith-based organization. Now, let me start with this. Which driving? I don't have a driver here. Give me the first slide, please. Can I have the driver? Okay. A Christian faith-based organization is an organization whose values are based on Christian faith, on belief, which has a mission based on social values of the Christian faith. So if you have a church, if you have a ministry, it might not be a church, it might be just a ministry that is an outreach. You can have a school, you can have, for instance, Lagos Business School is a faith-based organization, and they're doing so well. You can have a university that is faith-based. So the next thing I want to ask is, let's go on, please. The existing paradigms that we share is that many people say, what I do is God's work, and so it's not subject to any man-made laws. I'm on my own. And also they say it's a known traditions and pattern of the ministry. This is how everybody does it. This is how our fathers of faith do it. And so why should I change the paradigm? And it's how other mentors are doing it. And also another one is my God has given me the vision personally. So since God gave me a vision personally, you are not the one to tell me what to do about it. I'm laboring for this vision, and so I'm entitled to the benefit that come with it. When you guys go to church, go to offices, I'm here, so I should be the one that is getting the benefit of the vision. And also sometimes I don't want to disappoint my people, because so many people look up to me, so what I say is law more or less. And then another one is I'm highly connected. Nobody can really do anything. I have just a matter of phone call. Let them come. I call. And then also the one is, it's too politically sensitive a topic, just like he said, nobody will do anything. But right now, you can see the paradigm is changing. The society is looking at it somewhere else. So it's easy. I like your analysis. Very precise. Now, going forward about it. Is that okay? Okay. So, but the answer is this. I want everybody to quickly say this, because this is a message translation of Romans chapter 1, 13, verse 1 to 5. It says, be a good citizen. All governments are under God, insofar as there's peace and order. It's God's order. So live responsibly as a citizen. If you are irresponsible, don't worry, we'll say it. If you are responsible to the state, then if you are irresponsible to the state, then you are irresponsible with God. and God will hold you responsible. Duly constituted authorities are only a threat if you are trying to get by with something. Decent citizens should have nothing to fear. Should have nothing to fear. And he goes forward to say, do you want good terms with the government? Be responsible citizens, and you will get on just fine. The government is working to your advantage. But if you are breaking the rules left and right, watch out. The police are not just there to be admired in their uniforms. God also has an interest in keeping order, and he uses them to do it. That's why you must live responsibly, not just to avoid punishment, but also because it is the right way to live. So when going forward, the legal realities that we are facing is that those notions about what ministry or Christian faith-based works entail are wrong. Many of those things that we have seen in the first slide, they're wrong. Nigeria is a secular state. There's no state religion. So no laws are designed exclusively for Christians. So compliance with relevant laws of the land is very important. It's only foolish risk to assume that you're above the law because the work of the ministry you are doing, or because of your connections, or because of the vastness of your accomplishment in ministry. Oh, the work is so great. It takes one law to destroy the work. What? Just one law. Just one law. As we speak, our young Cho is in prison, though it's free. Why? Because just one rule, once something went wrong, it was not even connected in that sense, but his son was connected. So we have to change the paradigm. And that's why you have to do this legal check. I just have 10 quickly so that within the time from I have. Number one, what is the incorporator status? That's your incorporation, that's your entity. What is it? How have you checked it? Is it well registered? Is it truly well registered? Many people don't even know that what they have in CAC is different from what they believe they have. The last time you know anything about your incorporation status was when you got your certificate and you rushed to the bank to go and open an account. Thereafter, you have not even done annual returns. You have not done nothing. See, it's so easy. That paper you put at CAC is a public document. I don't even need to be a government to go and check it. All I need is just to pay for certified true copy, and I will look at all the structures you have there. Your constitution, everything. So, is it well registered? That's why Cfaa is asking you, check yourself. Check yourself before it is too late. Check your records. What do you have? Second question, what are your charter documents? Things like your constitution, your memorandum, your article, your policies of engagement. How you send people your bylaws. Are they well written and robust enough to accommodate the vagaries and exigencies of the work? Or is it just by your whims and caprices? You just make a policy or just make a rule in church. I feel led. Maybe you don't understand. The church, that organization, as long as it's under Part C, you cannot own it. It's a community-based. The law says that a community of people will gather together and then they will appoint trustees. You might have been the founder. That's why what will be the basis eventually is your constitution. How you run your things. But many of us don't do that. All we know is, get me the certificate, let me go and open a bank account. How about corporate governance? How much you pay attention to you? And, over time, Mrs. Awoshka said it, Bratawoch just said it too. Look, the Federal Financial Reporting Council, they've not gone under. They are coming up stronger. We cannot resist corporate governance. That's why we say in Cfaa, the sooner you get a structure to your governance mode, They are saying, look, you are the head of trustees, you are the head of the management team, you are also the head of the governing council, as it were, and you feel that it's your authority, and they say, look, you cannot do more than this for a while. When you're 70, you should resign so that other people can, there could be a structure in place. That's why we're talking about the legacy of what you're doing. When you are gone, when you have not tested the waters for succession, while you are around, how will it work when you are gone? You want to be there, head of trustee, head pastor, head of trustee, head pastor. And how long? How long? Operating manual. What are your operating manual? Your decisions you made based on legal principles. What are standard operating procedures? What are you doing? How do you, how do you put policy in place when you see something occurring? Are you seen as a basis of policy decision? This is a pattern. Let's set up a policy here. But today you decide like this, tomorrow you decide like that, and then when authorities are coming to come and check, you are saying, I was led. And by the way, if any authority is coming to come and check you as per a federal authority or government authority, they don't owe you the obligation of bringing a Matthew or sending a Paul or sending a Samson. It's a government work. So they can send a Jamiu, they can send a Salahu, they can send a Rafiu and a Sule, and they will do it not based on your own paradigms or paradigm. Hello. So record keeping. Now the next thing is, how well do you keep records? Many of us don't know that there's nothing that stops the FCC from coming to your church. Nothing. Nothing. Absolutely. Because as long as they're trying to trace a financial crime, they can come. And when they come, no matter how much of the cap and the cape that you have, when you I've gone to the FCC many times with some clients. When you get there, they'll ask you to either you switch off your phone or you give them your phone. They will tie it together, keep it somewhere. The only thing you're allowed to take inside is your record. If you don't have record, you cannot be calling for Sister BC. How do you spend that money? You cannot. That's why I'm saying put structures in place. Appointment letters, those pastors you are sending out, no appointment letter, nothing, and then there's issue of conflict. No, we didn't send you. What are the terms of engagement? How do you put it so that these clashes will stop? Sometimes even it's the churches that are undoing themselves. A very somebody that is begrudging the church will go and be exposing details, dirty details outside. But if there are structures, trustee's role. Do you know who you are? Let me give you quickly this one, because for this one, trustees are not the owners of the ministry. Trustees are mere caretaker of the ministry. So some trustees don't know their roles, and that's why I say, incorporated trustees, you are not the lords but mere custodians of what the church owns. As trustees, you are not, even if you are the one that funded it, that initiated the work, once you go and get yourself into Part C registration, you want to have incorporated trustee. It's assumed that you are taking charge of that organization on behalf of the community. That's why you are responsible to them. Many churches don't know that you ought to have an AGM every year, annual general meeting of that body. It's compulsory under the law. You must call them together. That's why you must have a register of members, so that you can say that every year we'll have this meeting and I render my account to you. I render my stewardship to you. But some of us know what we do is to have convention. And no, that's convention is not the same as annual general meeting. You can have an AGM. So you cannot earn income. That's why as a trustee, you cannot earn income from your work. But the 70 or 80% of pastors are the trustees, in the trustees chairman or so, and are also the senior pastor. See, that's why I say for many pastors, if you don't self-regulate ourselves, for many pastors, you will not be arrested. Many pastors will walk casually into evangelism yard. Because they don't even know they are going wrong. They just say, pastor, come. They walk arrogant. And criminal breach of trust is a crime. The money is not yours. But every day, every Monday, you are even checking your own name. And the records are there. They cannot be wiped off. And you know what? There is no expiry date to crime. So if it's 30 years, it can still come back and hit you. So the sooner you understand that, the better for us. So the next one is your compliances. How much of, for instance, annual returns are you filing? How much of tax returns are you making on those, your books, things that you are selling and what have you? And see, I want you to see this. Don't mistake or confuse friendliness with regulatory authorities with legal compliance. Some of us, because you are friendly with the DPO, you are friendly with that DCO, you are friendly with this head of the organization, you are seeing that as compliance. No, it's not compliance. The day when your friend is no longer there, when the next person comes, you are going to expose yourself. So even though there's a friendliness, use that friendliness as a leverage to do the right thing, to comply quickly before it becomes too late. Because when the law is going to be used, it's not about your person, it's about the law. Assets and properties. How well your assets, how are you preserving them? How are you structuring them? Are you buying properties in your own name with the church money? And you say it's because you want to preserve. No. Are you put structures in place? That's why, you find that some faith-based organization, all their struggling is about the properties. If you want to buy property in your own name, then it's a separate thing. But the moment, see, even if it's a car that you bought, any car bought in the name of your ministry, you cannot even give it out. The law says that it must stay within ministry, and you're going to give it out to any person, it must be given out to somebody that is something that is related, that has a related work to what you're doing. But some of us don't understand all this milieu. All in the same of trying to show love and show kindness, or trying to show papa. You put papa into trouble. And to finish, succession. Thank you very much. Succession is part of the Cfaa. I like the way I like to call it Cfaa. Many faith-based organizations, is that they die with the founder or they die soon after the founder. Why? Because of struggle of succession. And that's why you are asking yourself, we are going to ask yourself, wherever you are, is there any well-thought out continuity, succession, or legacy plan in place for your work? Is there anyone? Can you say that you have put a structure in place that even if you're not there for 6 months, 1 year, 6 years, this work will continue? And it's by putting you hear what all those Bible passages that Pastor Awashika read. When you have transparency, there's nothing to fear. The work goes on better. Many ministries don't have succession plan. It's Papa and Papa alone. And it's not Papa, it's Mama. That's why the schools will die soon after Mama leaves. And sometimes even Papa has not empowered Mama to carry the heavy weight of Papa's work. So when Papa goes, Mama is struggling. And then the ones that surrounded Papa in those days are angry. The sooner we think about it, the better. The better. Civil and criminal liabilities. How much measures have you put put in place against potential liabilities in your ministry? Attacks against reputation. Physical injury on your premises. Safety of children, pedophiles. Loss of children. How much of these are the things that we are asking you? Don't expose your ministry to unnecessary embarrassment. Staff welfare. How do you terminate staff so that it doesn't become an issue that they're trying to blackmail you in public? Tax deductions. Remittances of such taxes. Retirement expectations. Some people are just volunteer, but they have expectation that since they volunteer for you for about 15 years, they're entitled to something. Are there policies in place? Ask these questions. And there are many more questions. It's just that I just picked this 10 within time frame I have, so that you can have an understanding that this Cfaa, we are here to help ourselves. If we don't regulate ourselves, the attendant embarrassment will make little left of a legacy of ministry in Nigeria. And the sooner we do that, the better. Let me end in this way. Proverbs 27 verse 12 says, a prudent man sees trouble coming and ducks. But the simpleton walks arrogantly, walks, walks, I have too much faith. I am too protected. No. I'll kabash them to. He walks blindly, and Bible says that what? He's clobbered. Bosa. Think about it. Nobody enjoys your downfall. Not your friends, not the body of Christ. But the sooner you understand that it's better you walk fast into wisdom about your affairs, the better for you. On this level, I want to say, I rest my case. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And may God bless you all. The questions we ask, and you can ask more questions. Please do what you have to do before the government clobbers you.